Clara stepped into the great hall of Luna Base with careful steps. The walls shimmered with pale blue lights, and a soft hum filled the air. She had never seen so many creatures in one place. Humans in sleek uniforms moved quickly, talking in quiet tones. And then there were the Lycans, tall and strong, with sharp features and thick fur. Their eyes glowed slightly in the dim light, and they moved with a grace that made Clara feel small. She was supposed to observe the interspecies mating ceremony, but now that she was here, she felt nervous. She walked slowly, trying to find a seat. Her eyes caught the rows of chairs set round the circular stage in the center. Humans were seated near the front, Lycans near the middle, and higher-ranking Lycans at the raised platforms around the edges. Clara tried to find an empty chair, but the hall was crowded. She hesitated. Then she noticed a single chair near the edge, just a few steps away from the largest Lycan, sitting tall in his ceremonial armor. Clara did not recognize him at first. He looked calm, but something about his presence made the hair on her arms stand up. She did not realize she had walked right beside the Alpha King Kale, the ruler of the Lycan packs. Clara sat down quietly, trying not to make a sound. The Alpha's golden eyes turned toward her, and for a moment, the hall seemed to fall silent in her mind. He sniffed slightly, his nose twitching, and then his sharp gaze focused fully on her. Clara felt a chill run down her spine. "You smell different," Kale said quietly. His deep voice low, but carrying through the empty space between them. Clara looked at him, confused. I'm just human," she said softly. Her words sounded weak even to her own ears. She did not understand why he was staring so intently. Kale tilted his head slightly, the fur along his neck bristling. He leaned closer, sniffing the air. "Not fully human," he said. "There is something familiar." Clara froze. She had never told anyone about her strange abilities. She had always assumed they were just part of her imagination. Her night vision, her sense of smell, her instincts that sometimes warned her of danger. Nobody had ever mentioned them being real. The Alpha King rose slowly from his chair, the room growing silent as humans and Lycans alike watched. Everyone sensed the tension between them. Kel's presence was powerful, and Clara realized she could not hide. Her instincts told her to stand, but she remained seated, unsure of what to do. "Who are you?" Kale asked. His eyes narrowed, not in anger, but in deep curiosity. Clara swallowed hard. "I'm Clara. Clara Hayes," she said. Her voice sounded small. Kel's eyes widened slightly at her name. He reached out a large hand, and for a moment, Clara thought he might touch her. But he did not. He only studied her, sniffing subtly again. His senses were sharp, far sharper than any human's. "The scent of my kind," he said quietly. His voice carried a mix of surprise and something else Clara could not name. "It has been lost for centuries, but now it returns." Clara did not understand his words. She shook her head slowly. "I don't know what you mean. I'm human. I'm not like you." Kale stepped back, but his eyes never left her. He motioned to one of his guards. The guard nodded and moved closer, silently waiting for Kel's order. The hall remained quiet, as though everyone was holding their breath. "You must come with me," Kale said finally. Now, Clara's heart raced. I can't. I was only observing the ceremony. I don't know anything about your people." Kel's gaze softened slightly, though it was still commanding. "You will learn. You must. You are important." She frowned. "Important to who?" "To both of our kinds," Kale said. His words were calm, but there was a weight to them that made Clara shiver. Some of the humans nearby whispered among themselves, but no one moved. The Lycans looked tense, waiting to see what the Alpha would do. Kale turned back to Clara, his golden eyes locking with hers. "Your scent is not entirely human. You carry something old, something powerful. You are part of a line thought to be lost." Clara's mind raced. She had always suspected there was something unusual about her family, but she never knew what it was. Her mother had always been secretive about her father. Clara only knew he had disappeared before she was born, leaving her mother alone. Kel's guard moved closer, and Clara took a small step back. I don't understand," she said. "Why me?" "You are a bridge," Kale said simply, between humans and lichens. You were born for this moment. Clara blinked. She had never imagined anything like this. The interspecies mating ceremony was supposed to be a formal event, something to observe. Not a test, not a summons, and certainly not a revelation about her own blood. Kel's lips pressed together in a thin line. Do not speak. Follow me. Clara hesitated, but then her instincts told her that resistance was dangerous. She nodded slowly and stood. Her legs felt weak, but she forced herself to walk beside the Alpha King. The hall remained silent as they passed. Eyes followed them. Clara could feel the weight of their gaze, the tension in the air. It was a mix of fear, respect, and curiosity. She could also sense some of the lichens whispering among themselves. Her own instincts told her they were watching for signs of threat, of strength, of loyalty. They reached a private chamber, guarded by lichens in ceremonial armor. The door slid open silently, and Kale stepped inside, gesturing for Clara to enter after him. The room was dimly lit, with a soft glow that highlighted the walls. Strange patterns were etched into the floor, glowing faintly. Clara could feel the energy in the room, the same energy she had felt in her dreams without understanding why. Kale turned to face her, his eyes intense. Sit, he said. Clara obeyed, her mind racing with questions. You are not fully human, Kale repeated. Your scent is strong, more than any other hybrid I have ever sensed. Do you know why your instincts are unusual? Clara shook her head. I don't. Sometimes I feel things before they happen. I can smell danger. I can see in the dark better than most humans. But I thought it was just me being sensitive. Kel's eyes softened slightly. It is not just sensitivity. It is your blood. Your father's blood. He was of the line we believed lost. Clara's heart skipped a beat. My father, he was a lichen. Kale nodded. Part of him, yes. That is why your scent drew me. That is why the moment you sat near me, I knew you were different. You are part of something very old and very important. Something that can unite humans and lichens again. Clara's head spun. She had always felt different from other humans, but she never imagined it was because she carried lichen blood. Her thoughts turned to her mother, to the life she thought she understood. And now it was gone, replaced by a future she could not yet imagine. Kale studied her carefully. You will need to come with me. You will be trained. You will learn to control your instincts and use your senses. You will learn to be the bridge. Clara took a deep breath. She wanted to say no, but something deep inside her and instinct she did not fully understand told her this was the path she was meant to follow. She nodded. I will go with you. Kel's expression softened, and for the first time, he smiled slightly. Good, you will not be alone. I will guide you, but you must understand, this is only the beginning. Your life is about to change forever. The door slid open, and Kelsgar motioned for them to leave. Clara followed him into the corridor. As they walked, she could feel the weight of eyes on her back. She could feel the tension in the air, but she could also feel her own instincts awakening. Her senses were sharper, her mind clearer. She could smell the faint aroma of metal and the scent of the lichens in the hall. She could hear footsteps from far away, even behind walls. Kale glanced at her. You are awakening. Good. That is the first step. You must learn quickly, because the world beyond this base will not wait. Clara swallowed hard. She looked down at her hands, and for the first time, she felt powerful. Not fully human, not fully lichen, but something in between. Something that could change everything. The hall behind them slowly faded as they stepped into the waiting ship. The hum of engines filled the air, and Clara felt a thrill of fear and excitement. She was leaving everything she knew behind: her home, her human friends, her life on Luna Base. But she was moving towards something greater, something she did not yet understand. Kel's golden eyes met hers. Prepare yourself. The journey has begun. Clara nodded, her heart pounding. She was ready to face whatever came next. The ship moved silently through the dark of space. Clara sat in the soft seat, staring out at the stars. She could feel the hum of the engines through her body. Every sound, every vibration felt sharper than before. Her senses were changing. Her hands twitched slightly as she tried to calm herself. She had never been away from Luna Base, never been this close to lichens, and never felt so aware of the world around her. Kale stood near the front of the ship, watching the stars. His golden eyes glowed faintly in the dim light. Clara watched him too, feeling a mix of fear and fascination. He was powerful, and yet there was a calm strength about him that made her feel safe. Even though she barely knew him, "Do you understand why I brought you here?" Kale asked, his voice deep and steady. Clara shook her head. "Not really. I understand a little, but I don't know why me. I don't know what this all means." Kale's eyes softened. "You carry something rare, something long thought gone. Your blood is not fully human. It carries the essence of my kind. That is why your scent drew me. That is why I knew you were different the moment you sat near me." Clara tried to think. My mother never told me anything. I don't even know him. I never met him." Kale nodded slowly. "It was hidden for a reason. The bloodline you carry was dangerous. Many wanted it destroyed. You survived because you were hidden, even from yourself. But now, the time has come for you to awaken." Clara's heart pounded. "Awaken? What do you mean?" Kale stepped closer. "Your senses, your instincts, they are part of you, but they have been asleep. I can help you control them. You will learn to see in ways humans cannot, to hear and smell like my kind. You will learn to use your strength, your speed, your mind, together." Clara felt a strange shiver run through her. She had always noticed things before they happened. She had felt danger, smelled fear, and seen in the dark when others could not. But she thought it was just imagination. Now, Kale told her it was real. Can I really do all of that?" she asked. Kale smiled faintly. "Yes, but it will take time. You must trust yourself, and you must trust me." Clara nodded, even though she was scared. She did not fully understand what was happening, but something inside her told her to listen. Her instincts had never lied. The ship moved faster, leaving Luna Base far behind. The stars stretched into long streaks, and Clara felt a strange excitement mixed with fear. She wondered what the lichen homeworld would be like. She had seen images before, but nothing compared to what she imagined. Dense forests, high mountains, twin moons glowing in the sky, and creatures like Kale everywhere. Finally, the ship began to slow. The view outside the window changed. Clara could see a world filled with green forests and silver rivers. Mountains rose sharply in the distance, and twin moons hung low in the sky. She gasped. It was beautiful and alive in a way she had never imagined. Kale turned to her. "This is Thryos, my home. You will live here for a time. You will learn, and you will awaken your blood. But you must be careful. Not all who see you will be pleased." Clara's heart skipped a beat. "What do you mean?" Kale's expression grew serious. "Some lichens will see you as a threat. They believe only pure blood should have power. Others may try to use you for their own goals. You must stay alert." Clara swallowed hard. I will try." Kale nodded. "Good. That is all I ask for now. Try, and you will grow stronger." The ship landed gently on the surface of Thryos. The doors opened, and Clara stepped out. The air was thick and fresh. She could smell everything at once: the trees, the rivers, the lichens nearby. Her senses went wild. She felt a thrill she could not describe. Kale led her through a path surrounded by tall trees. Lichens passed by, looking at her with curiosity and caution. Some whispered, others stared openly. Clara could feel their thoughts in small flashes: fear, curiosity, respect, suspicion. It was overwhelming. They reached a large building made of stone and living wood. The walls pulsed slightly, as if the building itself was alive. Kale gestured for her to enter. Inside, the air was cooler, and strange lights glowed softly. Lichens of all sizes moved about, studying her, whispering to each other. "You will stay here for a while," Kale said. "This is the training hall. You will learn, and you will be tested. Do not be afraid. Your blood is strong, but you must learn control." Clara nodded, her hands trembling slightly. She felt her instincts rising, her heart beating faster. She could smell Kale, the other lichens, even the plants and the walls. Everything was sharper than before. Kale motioned to a lichen who looked older. His for gray at the edges. This is Renner. He will guide you during your first lessons. Learn from him and listen carefully. Renner stepped forward, bowing slightly. Welcome, Clara. You carry the blood of our ancestors. It is a rare gift, but gifts can be dangerous if not controlled. We will help you. Clara nodded. She felt a mixture of fear and hope. Maybe she could do this. Maybe she could understand who she really was. The next days were strange and intense. Renner taught Clara to focus on her senses. She learned to smell the faintest scents, to hear the quietest sounds, to see clearly in darkness. At first, it was overwhelming. Every leaf, every breath, every whisper felt too strong. But slowly, she learned to calm herself, to focus, to control her instincts instead of being controlled by them. Kale watched her progress from a distance. Sometimes he came to guide her, sometimes to test her. He never touched her without reason, but his presence was always near, strong and steady. Clara began to trust him, even though she still did not fully understand him. One evening, as the twin moons rose high in the sky, Clara sat on a balcony overlooking the forest. The air smelled of wet earth and pine. Her senses were alive, but she felt tired. Kale joined her, standing silently beside her. You are progressing quickly, he said. Faster than I expected. Clara smiled faintly. It is strange. I feel different, stronger. But I also feel scared. What if I cannot control it? Kale placed a large hand on the railing beside her. Fear is natural, but you will control it. You have the blood of both worlds. That makes you powerful. And you are not alone. Clara looked at him. She could see the strength in his eyes, but also something softer. Thank you, she said quietly, for believing in me. Kale nodded. I have too. You are more than a human. You are more than a lichen. You are the key to something greater. But there is more to learn. Your blood has secrets, and they will reveal themselves when the time is right. Clara felt a shiver run down her spine. She wanted to ask what he meant, but something inside told her to wait. She felt the power in her blood pulsing, ready to awaken. That night, Clara dreamed strange dreams. She ran through forests faster than any human could run. She smelled danger and saw creatures hiding in the dark. She fought and leapt, her strength and speed greater than she had ever known. She felt Kel's presence nearby, guiding her, watching over her. When she woke, she felt different. Her instincts were sharper, her senses alive, and a strange calm filled her. She was not the same Clara who had sat at Luna Base. She was something new, something stronger, something that could change the future of humans and lichens alike. Kale watched her from the doorway. He saw the change in her, the power beginning to rise. He knew the journey would be hard, but he also knew that Clara was ready. The world beyond Thrios was dangerous. Enemies were waiting, and threats were coming. But with Clara, they had hope. Tomorrow, he said softly, you will meet the elders. You will learn what your blood truly means, and you will see why your journey has only just begun. Clara nodded, her heart steady. She was ready to face whatever came next. Her half-lichen blood was awakening, and with it, a new strength and a new purpose. She was ready to step into the world she had never known and become the bridge between humans and lichens. The next morning, Clara woke to the pale light of Thrios' twin moons. She could feel the hum of life around her. The forest near the training hall was alive with the sounds and smells of lichens moving about. Birds with silver feathers called softly, and small animals rustled in the underbrush. Every sound was clear to her, every scent sharp and distinct. She had learned to control her senses, but even now, the world felt more alive than it ever had on Luna Base. Kale was waiting for her outside the hall. His golden eyes reflected the rising sun as he studied her. Today, you will meet the elders, he said. His voice was calm, steady, carrying authority. They will tell you about your bloodline and what it means. This is important. Listen carefully. Clara nodded. She had a mixture of fear and excitement. Meeting the elders sounded intimidating, but she also wanted to understand her place in this strange world. She had felt different her whole life, and now she might finally understand why. They walked together through the forest path. Clara could sense every movement, every presence around her. She felt lichens watching them from a distance. She sensed curiosity, suspicion, and respect. Her instincts whispered to her, guiding her steps and warning her of dangers, though none came. Kale did not speak much, but his presence was enough to calm her. The Elder's Hall was massive, built into the side of a mountain. Its walls were smooth stone, glowing faintly with light from embedded crystals. When they entered, Clara's senses were overwhelmed. The air was thick with the energy of powerful lichens, each elder radiating strength and age. She could smell centuries of wisdom in their fur, feel their presence in the room. Kale motioned for her to step forward. These are the elders. They will explain your heritage and your purpose. An elder with silver for stepped forward. His eyes were wise and sharp. Clara Hayes, he said, his voice strong and commanding. You carry the blood of the ancient lichen-human hybrids. This line was lost during the wars with the Vorn Dominion. You are the first of your kind to appear in centuries. Clara swallowed. She had never imagined that her blood could be so important. I don't understand, she said. My father, he disappeared before I was born. I never knew him. How can I carry anything like that? The elder nodded. Your father was hidden to protect you. He was part of the royal line, but he knew enemies would hunt the hybrid blood. Your mother kept you safe, even if you did not know the truth. Now, your blood has awakened. You are the key to uniting humans and lichens once more. Clara's heart pounded. Unite. Why will we need to unite? Another elder, taller and older, spoke. The Vorn Dominion has returned. Their fleets are near the outer colonies. They seek to control all humans and lichens. They fear your blood. They know a hybrid can resist their psychic control. You are the restored one, the bridge that can protect both our species. Clara's mind spun. She had learned about the Vorn in history lessons, but she never imagined they were coming back. I don't know if I'm ready, she said softly. Kale stepped forward, placing a hand gently on her shoulder. You are ready, Clara. You have learned control. You have felt your blood awaken. Your instincts guide you. You are not alone. I will stand with you. Clara took a deep breath. She felt a strange calm wash over her. She was not just a human or a lichen. She was something new, something stronger. And if Kale and the elders believed in her, maybe she could face this challenge. The elders led her to a chamber filled with holographic maps and glowing symbols. Here, the silver-furred elder said, you will see the Vorn fleets. You will see the threat they pose. You must understand them if you are to protect your people. Clara studied the maps. Tiny dots moved across the stars, representing thousands of ships. They're huge, she whispered. How can we stop them? The elder nodded gravely. We cannot do it alone. Humans and lichens must work together. And you, Clara, must lead the way. Your bloodline allows you to resist the Vorn's control. You can move among humans and lichens, guiding both. That is your destiny. Clara's head swirled with information. She had trained her senses, learned control, and now she was told she was a leader, a bridge, and a weapon. It was overwhelming, but something inside her and instinct, a sense of purpose began to grow. Kale stepped beside her. We start with small missions, he said. You will travel to border colonies, learn to read the Vorn signals, and help humans and lichens coordinate defenses. You will not face the enemy alone. You will always have allies. Clara nodded. I will do my best. Kel's eyes softened. Do not underestimate yourself. Your blood has power, but your mind and your heart will guide it. That is what makes you strong. The next days were intense. Clara traveled with Kale through the forests of Thrios, learning the ways of the lichens. She climbed mountains, ran through dense trees, and swam in silver rivers. Her strength and speed grew with each day. She could leap higher, run faster, and hear farther. She could sense danger before it came and act quickly to avoid it. One evening, as they rested on a cliff overlooking the forest, Kale spoke softly. You have learned much, Clara, but your blood still holds secrets. You will see visions soon, memories of the past, of your ancestors. They will guide you, but you must be ready. Clara shivered. Visions, I don't know if I can handle that. Kale smiled faintly. You can, you must. They will show you the ways of the hybrids before you. They will help you understand your power and your place in this world. That night, Clara dreamed. She was running through a forest she had never seen, yet it felt familiar. She smelled the scent of humans and lichens together, fighting side by side. She heard the roar of distant enemies, and she felt her ancestors' presence around her, guiding her steps. She saw flashes of battles, of victories and losses, and she felt their strength flow into her. When she woke, Clara felt changed. Her senses were sharper than ever. She could hear Kale moving outside her door, smell the subtle scent of the forest through the open window, and feel the energy of the planet beneath her feet. She realized that the dreams were not just dreams, they were lessons. A way to connect with her bloodline, Kale greeted her with a nod. You are ready. Today, we will travel to the first border colony. You will meet humans and lichens working together. You will see the threat of the Vorn and begin to understand your role. Clara nodded, excitement and fear mixing in her chest. She was ready to see the wider world, to step beyond Thryos, and to face the dangers that waited. The journey to the border colony was long. Clara sat beside Kale on the Iron Howl, the ship moving silently through space. She felt the pulse of her blood, the rhythm of her hybrid instincts guiding her. She could sense ships in the distance, the faint presence of other lichens, and the subtle shift of energy as the Vorn fleet approached the colony. When they arrived, the colony was under attack. Humans and lichens fought side by side, but they were struggling. Clara's senses went wild. She could smell the fear, hear the commands, and see the enemy ships before they appeared on the monitors. Her instincts told her where to move, how to act, and what to do to help. Kale watched her closely. Now, Clara, he said, use what you have learned. Trust yourself. Clara nodded. She took a deep breath, feeling the strength in her bloodline. She acted quickly, guiding both humans and lichens, helping them coordinate defenses and avoid danger. She moved faster than anyone else, striking with precision, her senses guiding every step. By the end of the day, the colony was safe. Humans and lichens looked at her with awe and respect. She realized that Kale had been right. She could make a difference. She was more than a hybrid. She was a bridge, a leader, and a protector. That night, as they rested, Kale spoke softly. You have done well today, but this is only the beginning. The Vorn will not stop. They will come again, stronger. But with you, we have hope. Clara looked up at him. I will do whatever I can. I want to protect both humans and lichens. I want to unite them. Kale nodded, his eyes glowing faintly in the moonlight. Then we begin. Together, we will face what comes, and your bloodline will guide us. Clara felt a sense of purpose she had never felt before. She was no longer just Clara Hayes. She was the restored one, the hybrid who could bring humans and lichens together, and she was ready to face the challenges ahead.